Bobby's anxieties in general, and this Bobby anxiety in particular, are routinely accused of telling their children and grandchildren that everything in life is a teaching lesson. Parshas Shlach is the prime example of this. As the famous Rashi in the beginning of Shlach says, what does the Meraglim have to do with the tzoras of Miriam in the end of last week's Parsha? Because they didn't see what happened to Miriam or take note of it, and therefore they fell into the same trap. They didn't learn Musar, they did not learn the example that they should be on guard and be a little bit better. That's a very, very well-known part. I'd like to say something that's not so quite well-known from Chaim Kanievsky, Zatzal. And it says, and it's a different part, which is also well-known, Vayikra Moshe Hoshea Benun Yehoshua. There's a lot of Torah on that as to why that is, but he has a unique shot here, which I thought I would share with you. And it comes along with the terrific story. Targum Yonason says, when Moshe saw that Hoshea, who we know as Yehoshua, was a very big honor, was humble, he called his name Yehoshua. So we're trying to figure out, what does his humility have to do with changing his name? So Rav Chaim brings down from all people a Hasidic Rebbe to give pshat here, and that's the Abta Ruv, also known as a very, very well-known Ohev Yisrael. His name is Rav Avram Yehoshua Heschel of Abt. The Mabit says in a sefer called Shar HaYesodos that by Tchias HaMesim will occur, believe this or not, because I don't remember ever learning this, alphabetically. I didn't know that. First, those whose names begin with an aleph will get up, followed by those with a base and biter. The exception, there's only going to be one exception, are the anavim, people who are humble. They'll be the first to have tchias hamesim, regardless of what the first letter of their name is. When Moshe wanted to change Hoshea's name to daven for his success and call him Yehoshua, he was afraid this would have a negative consequence. Initially, his name starts with a hey, and now it's going to start with a yud. He pushes him down by 5 letters. So when Mashiach comes, he's going to lose his place. However, once Moshe saw his anivus, his humility, he didn't hesitate. Yehoshua would suffer no ill effects by his name change, since his status as an anav would guarantee him priority in any case. I thought that was really nice. Now comes the nimshal, now comes the mashal. Someone once brought Rav Chaim a copy of a newly printed sefer that discussed the positive attributes of various Tanoim, Amoraim, and Talmidei Chachamim. This is a classic Rav Chaim story. He went through it, and his eye fell upon an entry for an Amora called Ula Bar Abba, who was praising the Gemara in Sanhedrin, Daf Ayin Ches Amid Aleph. No, excuse me, Pei Ches Amid Aleph. As Ula Bar Abba was humble and modest, he enters and leaves quietly. He's constantly learning Torah, but does not take any credit for himself. The author noted that we do not find Ula Bar Abba's Torah thoughts recorded anywhere in Sifrei Chazal, and he explained that because of his extreme humility, he did not want to even have the credit of being quoted by name, willingly foregoing, listen to this, the reward of having his lips move in his grace, when his Torah is quoted in his name, Gemara Sanhedrin, in order to maintain his modest silence. Rav Chaim immediately noted, of course, that the author seemed to have forgotten the Gemara Ksubis, Daf Ayin Dalman and Aleph. Ula Bar Abba is mentioned by name as having transmitted the teachings of prior generations. Rav Chaim then tells the following story. In his later years, the Chazon Ish used to take a short walk outdoors every day on the advice of his doctor. He had a regular route from his house until the end of the block, and then he would walk back, doctor's orders. One day, a new resident of the area noticed the Chazon Ish walking back and forth, not knowing who he was, took him for an unemployed person who was just strolling about to kill time. Why are you wasting your time just walking around? The stranger rebuked him. Go do something productive. The Chazon Ish was not fazed by this undeserved attack and calmly asked, and what do you suggest that I do? Not knowing the intellectual capacity of the person he was addressing, the stranger retorted, at least say some Tehillim. From that day on, Rav Chaim said the Chazon Ish added reciting a parak of Tehillim to his already packed daily schedule. For this is the way the true Gedolei Torah conducted themselves, humbly accepting rebuke and direction from any quarter, no matter how baseless. If any of us, Pashut people, are told how to do something better, or we're corrected or rebuked by parents, relatives, friends, certainly by our children, we take it personal. We get very upset. We get very like, you're telling me what to do? And we can learn a fantastic lesson from this story. If the Chazon Ish can do it, so can we. Good Shabbos.